Hello, my lovely Cancers. Welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into your twin flame reading. This is going to be a reading to look at a relationship that you have with someone in your life. So someone that you have a twin flame journey with. This doesn't always have to be a soulmate. This could be somebody who's new in your life, or it could be a friend who's suddenly turning into more of a twin flame journey for you. Whatever the case may be, there you may have multiple twin flames, right? But this is going to be into a particular contact or connection that you have with someone. We're going to look at their cards and we're going to look at your cards. But first, Cancer, let's start off. We're going to get your animal spirit out. Two of them, one for you, one for them. You may or may not resonate with them, and that's fine too. And then we'll get your cards out. So show me what's going on for Cancer this next 7-day period. Alright, we have for you the moth. Wow. And the otter. Okay. So we have the moth and the otter, right? Moth is air, otter is water. And with the moth, we're talking about a tendency to fly to things that are glittery, that fly to the light, fly to things that catch our attention, oftentimes at the detriment to ourselves. So the moth is an animal spirit that is reminding us, be careful, right? It's the moth that's attracted to the flame and often is consumed by it. So be careful with the things that you're interacting with, or the things that are taking your attention away that may be very glittery right now, but hold some kind of, I want to say, danger almost, right? Maybe, or hazard, right? And that draw you away from what you really should be focused on. Now, the otter is water, and the otter is all about affection, love, being physical. The otter is so blissed out in the moment that the otter really doesn't have, this is an animal spirit that doesn't have time to think about games or think about guilt or think about worry when it comes to being with their loved one. They're so consumed simply with the affection and the closeness and the physicality of being next to them and the sharing of these beautiful emotions that they don't worry about jealousy or games, or are they going to play with me later? Is this going to work out? In the anxiety, they are in the moment, blissfully attracted and caught up with the person that they love. All right, so let's get right into your spread. I'm going to see what kind of energies are happening for you over this next 7-day period with these two air and water energy animal spirits. All right, show me what's going on with Cancer and their person over this next 7-day period. Show me. Flippers, I'm not going to take those. Show me. Interesting how these two animal spirits may come out in this reading. Oftentimes we'll find out later on the significance of those as we read. All right, Cancer, you're coming into Queen of Cups. That's how you're coming out. You are seeing your person as a Wheel of Fortune. You desire lovers, and what needs to happen is the Ace of Wands. Interesting. Your person is coming in as the Hermit. They see you as the 8 of Wands. They desire 7 of Wands, and what needs to happen is Magician. At the bottom of the deck, we have Justice. So Libra energy. Some of you may be dealing with someone who has a lot of Libra energy in their chart. Libra, talking about balance, right? Constantly weighing up the two sides, balancing, bringing justice to a situation, fairness, right? But fairness includes looking at both sides of anything, right? So let us see. You're coming in as Queen of Cups, and the Hermit is coming in for your person. So you're at a place over this next 7-day period where you're feeling very sensitive and emotional. You're wanting to express it. Queen of Cups is water of water, you know, so you have your most watery sort of court card. And she's extremely willing to communicate her feelings. The Queen of Cups is very healthy about her feelings. She's emotionally healthy. She can be, the darker side of her can be emotional unease and imbalance, right? But exalted. She is very, very true to her feelings, and most of all, she just simply wants to express them and connect with someone on that level. Very much outer energy in a lot of ways. And this is kind of what you're embodying over this next 7-day period. Do be careful though, Cancer. Water and Cancer oftentimes can lead to indulgence. But that's where you're at if you're resonating with this reading. Now, your person is coming in with Hermit energy, and the Hermit is someone who has been on their own, right? They've been sort of walking their own path. They've been kind of consumed with their own vision of themselves and what they're trying to achieve. Hermit energy, they're going to be wanting to be on their own. They're going to be, Hermit is also the card for Virgo, so this is Virgo energy. They want to be on their own. They want to be to themselves. And for the purpose, there's a purpose here, right? Oftentimes, the Hermit, we talk about a spiritual journey, but whatever that journey is for them, this is very purposeful. They're very much into it. It could be a journey of an artist. It could be the journey of spirituality. It could be the journey of just getting oneself together in a very material way. But they're definitely focused on that, and this is what they're exhibiting over the next 7-day period, which is kind of a little bit at odds with what you're coming in with Queen of Cups, because you're wanting to very much express and exchange. Now, how do you see each other? Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Wands. Well, I feel like this may be a new encounter, because Wheel of Fortune generally talks about a situation where this is like an opportunity that has come in, right? The wheel is turned and this fortuitous opportunity has come in, and so it may feel to you like being with this person, or I want to say, thinking about them in terms now of a deeper connection, a twin flame possible connection, is one that's kind of come out of the blue perhaps for you. It's one that's kind of come out of the blue, but can also be very much out of a set of circumstances, right? So this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then that happened, and then wow, bam, here we are, right? So there's definitely, because the wheel, when the wheel turns, it's because all of the elements are kind of working together, right? And you have almost this kind of mousetrap effect. You know, you can see all of the cogs clicking and seeing how it happened, and yet it's something that's come out of nowhere at the same time. And so it feels quite new for you, and I think it feels very good. Because the Wheel of Fortune, of course, brings luck and expansion. It's associated with the planet Jupiter. Now, for them, they see it as Eight of Wands, and this is interesting because Eight of Wands is much more an energy of being confused. They're not really sure what's going on. This is very Eight of Wands, 8 being the number for boundary and strength. You know, for them, you're coming across a little bit like, boom, 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 boom. One day here, one day not here. It may not be through any fault of your own, but this is certainly how they're feeling. And it could be that this is just their feelings as well, right? Their feelings about you may be very confused through nothing that you're particularly doing, or perhaps the way you're coming across. But even if you're consistent in the way you're coming across, it's feeling for them very, very sort of chaotic and unsure. And Eight of Wands is that card that requires, you know, it challenges us to put certain boundaries in place so that we know and we can be focused about what is coming in. It can be too much information that comes in, or information that's not readily available in a way to sort of decipher and know what it means. And so the only way to be able to go through that is to put boundaries in place, right? It may be why your person is coming in as Hermit. Now, what do you both desire? Well, you're in it to win it. You desire Lover's energy here, right? Lover's associated with Gemini. You're desiring Lover's energy. You want a soulmate connection here, a twin flame connection. This is strong. They want Seven of Wands effort. It's interesting. What they want is to be able... Seven of Wands is the card for valor, and it's almost, it can almost be as though that they're wanting to kind of win this, or somehow protect this relationship. Somehow they want to be in a stronger position, I want to say, right? And it can't just be because of the way that they're feeling here with this Eight of Wands, where they're so unsure. They want more surety. They want to be able to know what they're fighting for. They want to be able to know what they're going for, right? It's an interesting card to have to show up in position of a desire in the twin flame reading. Very, very rarely does Seven of Wands come up. And it seems to me that you might be dealing with somebody who needs to be very much the hero. He needs to be sort of the chaser in a lot of ways, or he or she. Gender neutral reading, I'm just saying because the person on the card is a he. But your person is wanting to be more I want to say, sure, dominant, and know what is going on. So there may be a level of confusion that's here. What needs to happen? Magician, Ace of Wands. Well, for you, what needs to happen is a whole new sort of passion, right? A whole new outlook. Ace of Wands is the beginning of something incredible, but it's very fiery, and it's the spark. It's also the great phallic symbol in the deck. So Ace of Wands, there needs to be a spark here with this person. That has to happen. It's not something I think that you can work on or that is going to be worked out. It needs to be, I think for you, very much a coming together at the same time for both of you. So boom, you know, I'm into you, you're into me, or boom, we see each other, right? That seeing each other. For them, the magician, a stepping up, perhaps, right? The magician is very sort of like in charge. He takes control, right? He takes control of his life, and he takes control of what, of his sort of capabilities and what he needs to do to accomplish it. And so you may indeed, Cancer, be dealing with somebody who's very much like, because they've been in their own space, or they are in their own space, continuing to be, they may be having been thrown for a little bit of a loop here with this connection with you, right? We do have Moth here and Otter. So there's this Otter energy here, which I feel coming from your cards much more, this feeling of love and focus. And Moth energy, which is a little bit more erratic here. And coming perhaps from them in a sense that they are the type to kind of like, maybe, you know, be distracted, right? Maybe be very easily distracted, and they really need to have shown, I want to say, show their own focus and their own ability to take charge and not be so easily distracted. Do you know what I mean? In order for this to come together, because even though you desire lover's energy here, what needs to happen is that you still need to feel like this spark is very real and that it is shared. Right? That this connection that's happening is something that you both, you know, that is coming out of a sense of fire. Ace of Wands is the Ace of Fire. So there's a feeling of something wanting to sort of burn here and show that it can be what you want it to be. So it's kind of like you're not taking any half measures. You're not willing to work on anybody or work on it as it were, right? It's like you want this to be something that happens for both of you at the same time. Seven of Wands shows up again. Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and Nine of Cups. There you have it. Well, there it is, right? You're blessed already with a lot of... Nine of Cups is already a feeling of happiness and blessings. So it's not like you need this, right? So it really does need to happen that it goes to that Ace of Wands for you. Because Nine of Cups, you're really happy where you're at to a certain degree. Nine of Cups is happiness and blessings, but it is not the Ten of Cups, which is that ultimate, once we have the soulmate connection and move forward, but it is happiness and contentment where we are at, who we are with, and the relationships that we have, right? Seven of Wands comes in again. Seven of Pentacles. So you have a lot of sevens. Seven of Wands was originally in there. So we're talking about following sort of a dream and a wish. Seven is the number in tarot for following sort of your wish, right? Your ultimate wish, your star, right? And Seven of Wands, again, there's the need sort of to want to work and also to want to know, is it worth it? Seven of Wands here is a kind of feeling. Seven of Pentacles here. From the Seven of Wands to the Seven of Pentacles, we're talking about sort of reevaluating, right? Seven of Pentacles is when we reevaluate the work that we've already done, what we've already put in, and where we are at. And it can be that your person needs to very much reevaluate a lot about themselves and where they are at and what they've been putting their energy into to kind of understand this feeling of being confused with you, right? This is probably one of the things that really needs to happen between the two of you, in as much as... oftentimes you work towards something, and then when you turn around, you look at what you have, you're like, is this really, what I have, is this really what I wanted? Knight of Cups comes in between the two of you in terms of what you both desire, right? And so Knight of Cups, again, stepping up and expressing yourself. Your person really needs to feel, I want to say your person wants to feel like they are the knight in shining armor. And yet at the same time, they need to figure out how to do that. Right? Because they may be the type of person who oftentimes is very, I want to say, distracted. And maybe coming from a different point of view. Again, I feel almost like you're a different type of person than they're used to dealing with. And it's kind of throwing them for a little bit of a loop. Nevertheless, they are here and looking. right? They are interested. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it. That's it. This is your reading for the next 7 days. I don't want to keep these readings too long. I'm going to keep them under 15 minutes. So that's it, guys. Check out the other readings. Going to try to keep putting up more this week. Maybe do a shadow reading. As I've said, I didn't get around to them last week, but I'll get around to them this week. And I will see you guys in your next video. Have a great week, Cancer. Bye-bye.